The Bible teaches that when Jesus shall appear, we shall be like him. However, for us to be like him then, we must be like him now. Do you want to be like Jesus? Well, if so, listen to our amazing devotional study where we interact with the text as given in the Bible, but also in the spirit of prophecy to see exactly how we can reproduce the character of Jesus Christ in our own lives. Thank you so much for joining and for subscribing as well. Hello, and thank you for joining us on our daily devotional reading. It's always amazing to have you guys listen out and, of course, apply to the things that we learn and discuss in our daily devotional studies. All right, our text is taken from Psalms chapter 136 and verse 25 and 26 as well. It says here that speaking of God, who gives food to all flesh, for his mercy endures forever. Oh, give thanks unto God of heaven, for his mercy endures forever. God gives us food. God gives us health. God is the source of life and of health. And we'll be looking today at how the health reform and the third angel's message are closely connected. And that's our title for today, October 9th. Now, if you do not know what the three angels' message is, or the third angel's message is, I will give you a short synopsis here. So these three angels' messages are found in the book of Revelation chapter 14. The first angel has a message, and the second angel has a message, and the third angel has a message as well. These are very important messages, especially for us living in the last days. The first message is simple and sweet. It says, "Fear God and give glory to him, for the hour of judgment is come, and worship him who made heaven and earth and sea and everything that is in it." For, of course, speaking back to Genesis chapter 6, the reason why we worship God is because he's the creator. But then also, the second angel's message says, "Babylon, Babylon is fallen, that great city which made all nations drink of the wine of her fornication." Something along those lines. And then the third angel's message says, it's actually a warning that says, "If any man worship the mark of the beast, he will not be saved." Or let me put it this way: if any man worship the mark of the beast, God will, when God pours out his judgments, will not spare that person. This is the gravest message of warning given in the Bible. All right, let's see what the devotion has to say about that. It says here that the Lord had in his providence given light in regard to the establishment of the sanitariums where the sick should be treated upon hygienic principles. So back in the days, especially in the days of the Advent movement, you can learn more about the Advent movement in the description below as well. God provided that we need sanitariums. And what exactly are sanitariums? So a sanitarium may refer to a medical facility for long-term illness, often associated with treating tuberculosis before antibiotics. So a sanitarium will be a place of healing, but as it was emphasized there, upon hygienic principles. What are these principles? The people must be taught to depend on the Lord's remedies. The main focus in these sanitariums, they do not operate as normal hospitals do, which depend on the heavy use of drugs to numb the mind or the brain from pain, but these are based upon hygienic principles. The Lord's remedies here will be pure air, pure water, simple, healthful foods. Every effort made for the physical and moral health of the people should be based on moral principles. Very important. The advocates of reform who are laboring with the glory of God in view will plant their feet firmly upon the principles of hygiene they will adopt a correct. The advocates of reform who are laboring with the glory of God in view will plant their feet firmly upon the principles of hygiene. They will adopt a correct practice. What people need is true knowledge. My people are being destroyed because of lack of knowledge. We need true knowledge is emphasized here. By their wrong habits of life, men and women of this generation are bringing upon themselves untold suffering. Friends, everything we do, small or big, has actually eternal consequences. But of course, it also has very practical, immediate, not in the sense of it's going to happen right away, but immediate as in a sense of you will experience it in this lifetime, the result of the things we do. Physicians have a work to do to bring about a reform by educating the people, that they may understand the laws which govern their physical life. They should know how to eat properly, to work intelligently, to dress healthfully, and should be taught to bring all their habits into harmony with the laws of life and health, and to discard drugs. Now, we all know, of course, this is general understanding, that the use of drugs, especially long-term, has very injurious implications, right? And where you can prevent disease with the simple remedies provided by God, provided in nature, that it has much more healing than drugs. In fact, when you study, you find that most drugs are produced or made from plants, right? And so medicinal plants should be used, and of course, entire helping your body to reset and restore and detoxify and all these things is better than consuming large amounts of drugs that will cause disease even further. There's a great work to be done. If the principles of health reform are carried out, the work will indeed be as closely allied to that of the third angel's message as the hand is to the body. Why is there so much dissension? Why so much independent action? So much selfish ambition in this great missionary field? God is dishonored. There should be concentrated, united action. There is as necessary in the physician's work as in any other branch of the work of preparation for the great day of God. Teach the people how to prevent disease. Prevention is better than cure. Tell them to cease rebelling against nature's laws, and by removing every obstruction, give it a chance to put forth its best efforts to set things right. Nature must have a fair chance to employ its healing agencies. We must make earnest efforts to reach a higher platform in regard to the methods of treating the sick. If the light which God has given prevails, if truth overcomes error, advanced steps will be taken in health reform. This must be. So very important, outlining there the link between health reform and the third angel's message. What the third angel's message wants is against worshipping the mark of the beast, right? And honestly, the mark of the beast issue, as we will see in another video here shortly, is really about choice, choosing to obey God or choosing to obey man or self or even the devil, and to have that conscience to choose right, to have that conscience to choose right in a very tempting and in a very conflicting world where you have two ideas that are very conflicting. You need a clean, pure conscience. And a person who is sick does not have a clear conscience, because the body, we have seen that the body affects the mind and the mind the body. So you have to be in a perfect health, in good health, to make a proper and to make a decision that's not affected by any other factors. that's what I think from this devotion is what is meant by health reform links to the third angel's message, in terms of, one, it will prepare a people who can stand when this mark of the beast is issued, when people are forced to do what is contrary to the word of God. And also it will motivate us to go out there and share the truth in time. And yeah, basically that's my few thoughts on this one. But in any case, thank you so much for your time, and you have yourself a good day. Tomorrow we'll be looking at another interesting topic, Advent message to sanctify body and soul, October 10th. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow.